unlike the chaos of the other day. Hello Facebook, hello YouTube, how is everybody? Welcome back to my courtyard garden here in Kenya for what will actually be my last Instagram, Facebook and YouTube live from Kenya. Yeah, so I'm going to be taking a break for 2 weeks for the lives, going off on my travels, doing various things. So pop a note in your diary. I'm back on Tuesday, 12th of April. But I will be updating my social media, so you'll be able to follow me on my Instagram, particularly over at Earle Me. And also I shall be continuing with my podcasts, so you will be able to hear what is going on. I've got some lovely guests lined up for us, actually. I'm just going to move my microphone a little bit. Hey, nice to see you all. Hi, Paula, Tracy, Rosie. Very good to see you. Is the sun shining where you are? I think it might be if you're watching me in the UK. I've been hearing lots of good things about the weather, cheering everybody up, getting a bit of vitamin D. Oh my goodness, Moghat is in Thailand for her honeymoon. Waited 2 years for it. Amazing. I tell you what is the mosquito situation like out there? Very relevant to what we're going to be talking about today, because we're going to be joined by one of my favourite brands for the summer, Al Fresco. You may remember that I introduced you to them, gosh, must be a year or so ago. This is a brand that I have personally been buying and using for years because it's a natural insect repellent based on a perfume and body lotion and all sorts of lovely things. It's really, really good. So I'm looking forward to talking all about that and finding natural ways to keep the critters at bay. Something else I should mention actually is, of course, sunscreen for those who do have the sun out. And one of the things that I've been trying is a lightweight sun cream from Beauty Pie, another of my favourite British beauty brands. And this is a membership club for those of you who don't know Beauty Pie. It's really worth joining because once you join, you pay an annual membership, which is really not very much. And then you get access to all their things at cost price. And they are really, really good quality. They have fragrance and they have makeup and sun care and nail care and all sorts. Really, really good. London is sunny and beautifully uplifting. Brilliant. Very nice to hear that. Doesn't it make a difference when the sun shines? Oh my goodness, it so does. Let's hope that we're going to have many more days outside in the revitalising fresh air. Kaz Bunny says, I've been using Al Fresco for years. Yeah, Devon Heather says, I've been using the Beauty Pie SPF 50 for years. It's brilliant. Excellent. Well, if you do want to join Beauty Pie, by the way, we do have a discount. If you use Liz Loves, when you sign up for it, you get £10 off your annual membership. So it's like a free tenner, isn't it? May as well. May as well go and check them out online. They are very, very good. Yeah, Moghat over in Thailand says, using lots of sun cream due to not being in intense sun for years. Yeah, I know, we've got to be careful, haven't we? We've got to remember what it's like to be outside and to cover up our skin. I actually really like wearing clothes as cover up. Big hat obviously really helps. Big wide sunnies is also really good. Rather than slathering on too many chemicals. But if you want to know which sunscreens I really like, head over to lizarwellbeing.com because we do have a whole section on sun care, and my team and I have been testing and uploading various different ideas, mineral sunscreens. Gosh, Pop Marie says, might need sun cream in Edinburgh. Amazing. Well, let's see if we can be joined by Al Fresco and my special guest today. Yes, I think we can. I have accepted the invitation from Sarah Lou Morris, who is the CEO and founder, the fab female founder of Al Fresco. Hello.
Hiya.
How are you?
Very well. Finally meeting you.
Finally.
I'm so thrilled. I'm absolutely thrilled. I don't know how you do all this.
Oh my goodness. Well, I have a lovely team. It never happens alone, as you know, as a brand founder. There's always a team.
Absolutely.
I'm just the man at the front, as it were, that gets the exposure. But yeah, and I've got a brilliant team. Talking of which, we've got Rachel on Facebook today. Hi, Rachel. Rachel is there to answer questions, to pop up links to the things that we talk about. Obviously, we can't link directly on Instagram, but we do put everything in the little bio if you want to go and check that out afterwards. And of course, over on lizearlewellbeing.com, you will find all the links. So, Sarah Lou, let us talk about your background and how you started as one of my fab female founders.
I was just volunteering in the Chelsea Physic Garden, which I think you're a member of. Is that right?
I'm a patron. I'm a Grandiflora patron of the
You're
Chelsea
a
Physic
patron?
Garden. Yeah, I love it.
Oh,
yeah.
my goodness.
It's a great resource. Beautiful place. If ever you're in London, it's in Royal Hospital Road in Chelsea. It's a beautiful old apothecary garden, wall garden. It's fabulous, isn't it?
It is. And at my time, there was Sue Minter, was the curator.
Yeah, I
don't
know Sue.
She was wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I was just volunteering.
You were volunteering as a guide and somebody to sort of show people around and help direct towards all the different plants.
Chatting to everybody all over the world.
Fab.
It was just a terrific time. But cheers. Cheers.
You got your tea as well. Yeah, I got my tea.
I'm not going to advertise somebody else's brand, but I do chamomile and rose petal tea.
Chamomile and
I'll tell you
rose
about that
petal.
another time.
Fabulous. I've been drinking dried chamomile with mint in the evening after supper.
Yeah.
Chamomile and mint I find is a lovely
And
combination.
you know what's excellent? Added to that is rose water. If you put a little bit of a really good rose water brand.
Really?
And try not to get the cheap ones. If you get May or something, their name is.
Lovely. I've bought rose water online actually from a company. They're in Wales and they distill beautiful organic rose petals. I think it's called Petals of the Valley, something like that. It's really lovely. But yeah, you're absolutely right. If you get good quality rose water, it's delicious, isn't it? What a nice idea. Add a splash to your tea.
So, my background, as you can hear, is I just love essential oils, herbs. That's what I grew up with. That was my hobby, really.
Mm-hmm.
And then my son, I could see, was going to, at 1996, was thinking about going to university. And I thought, okay, what am I going to do? So I went to volunteer and got badly bitten. And at the time, my husband of the time, second husband of the time, I love them both.
I know that feeling.
Was travelling a lot, so I used to go and travel with him as well, and always badly bitten. And honestly, I could not find an insect repellent that I would like to put on my skin.
Yeah.
That's the absolute truth. I looked everywhere. So I went to a few factories and experimented. I was in the fashion business before. So 10 years earlier, I had built up a fashion business. So I was always running around the world looking at designs. And fashion is a little bit like oils and packaging, etc. They're not a million miles away from. So I then worked with a factory and 2 perfumers, and in Grasse as well. I went to Grasse in South France.
Lovely.
To work with perfumes, essential oils, moisturisers, to produce the first one.
To create al fresco. Let me just grab mine because I've actually got all mine here.
Thank you.
I've got all mine here in my wardrobe care packing cube. I don't know whether you saw my live earlier this week. These absolutely fantastic travel bags, which are
look at them all.
game changers. I've got them all stacked up here actually. So yours came out to me. Brella, when she came over for half term, she brought this to me, and you're absolutely right. I've got the one that I first started with when I first discovered your brand. I've got my little travel one here. The anti-bug bite. It's called Aqua del Fresco. And I love this. I love the fact that you do travel sizes. Yeah, you've got the big one there. I've got that beautiful, beautiful big box. Love it. The smell is fantastic.
You got that one?
It's
what
like,
do you smell? What's your first hit? It's gorgeous, isn't it?
it's really gorgeous.
Absolutely gorgeous.
It's like a classic eau de cologne, but a bit more modern, a bit more feminine. I mean, I'm smelling florals, but also perhaps a little bit of citrus. Tell us what's in it and how it works so well to deter the biting critters.
I worked on a blend with a perfumer in the UK. I've been working with him still for 25 years.
Amazing.
And together with the School of Medicine, Tropical School of Medicine, we experimented and tried everything for 2 years to see what would get rid of them without killing them. I mean, I'm very into insects.
Yeah, pollinators.
I love insects.
Yep. Yeah, quite right.
Absolutely. And once, when in the 40s, I don't remember, my mum used to say when they got rid of a reservoir where all the mosquitoes were, it absolutely started to kill off frogs and goodness knows what. So if you kill off mosquitoes,
they do have a role, don't they? Unfortunately, they do have a role, like all these things. Yeah, you start messing around with nature. That's why I like the anti-moth, the moth decoys that we were talking about earlier this week with Total Wardrobe Care, because what they do is they don't actually kill the moth, they just stop them from breeding, so you don't get the larvae that eat all our lovely woolies. But yeah, this is the one that I first bought. And so how do we know that it...
Yeah, 2000...
Sorry, go on.
It came out in 2002.
Yeah.
That was how many years ago is that? 20 years?
20 years. Well, that could be when I first bought it, because I remember reading about it. And like you, I get really badly bitten, hate it, and don't want to cover myself in DEET and all the synthetic chemicals. And actually, do you know what? When you start using those pesticides, the animals, they build up a resistance anyway. So, it's really, it might work for a bit, but then you have to use ever-increasing amounts. It's like agriculture, using pesticides on fruit and veg. It's really not a great idea. So to work with something kind of organically like this that actually smells great, and I am detecting now that I've sprayed a bit for a while, I'm a big fan of Earl Grey tea. I love Earl Grey tea. Is there a bit of a bergamoty aroma to this?
Yeah, absolutely. Bergamot. One of the bases is bergamot. You've got a very good You're a nose.
I don't know about that. I love essential oils.
You're good with perfume.
Well, some of my first books, actually, 30 years ago, were on essential oils, and I've always been a fan. Actually, I put lavender oil on my pillow every night. I really do believe that they work. But let's talk about how this works and efficacy, because obviously it's all very well to have a lovely smell, but ultimately what we want to do is to stop ourselves getting bitten from midges and mosquitoes.
Absolutely.
You mentioned the School of Tropical Diseases in London. What was their role in this, and how do you know that this is actually going to work?
So the first thing I did 20 odd years ago, I wouldn't put anything on the market that I just thought would work. I used to go around trying them out on ants to see if ants would go a different way, but that wasn't going to be good enough.
I love that.
I then worked with a researcher there, Nigel Hill.
Oh, yeah.
Who was absolutely brilliant. And he really loved alfresco because he said people will want to put it on.
Yeah.
Most insect repellents, they won't put it on. They'll put a tiny bit on and it won't be effective.
Yeah.
So we did a lot of research with him, and then over the years we're always checking it. So with new products,
I've got some of your later ones here. I should say, actually, I know lots of people are already wanting to go to Alfresco shop and order, but we do have a very generous 20% Liz Loves discount. Big hearts. Thank you. Thank you.
I can't do that. If I could, I'd do it.
Nearly there.
I think I did it. I want people to try it. We're a well-kept secret.
Yeah.
Because I'm not. People say I am a businesswoman, but I'm not really. I can't be, because we're still a well-kept secret. And that's ridiculous, because it's the best products in the world, not only as perfumes, but as keeping. So going back to the research, we've always kept up with the School of Medicine. But apart from that, can you imagine 20 years of thousands of 20 years of thousands of fans all over the world.
And people coming back to buy more. That's the key thing. When you know it works, that's the absolute. Yeah, well, that's the gold standard, isn't it? It's like, you know, when people renew their subscriptions to my magazine, I just think, well, that's great. You know, we must be doing something right, because if you love it, you know, it's relatively easy to sell something once, but, you know, when people really kind of love it and want it in their lives. And I tell you, you know, the power of perfume is so intense because, as you know, we have this little area of our brain right up here at the top of the nose called the limbic system, which is the first thing when we smell something that it hits the limbic system in the brain, and that's the area that controls our mood and emotion. So fragrance is really important for uplifting our mood, and it also can evoke such strong memories. And because I always take this with me on holiday, for me it's my real happy smell. You know, just spritzing it now reminds me of summers spent in Italy. It reminds me of when I've been staying with friends abroad and those lovely balmy warm evenings when you know that, you know, you need to spray it on your ankles, otherwise those little bitey critters under the table are going to get you. So it just makes me smile every time I spray it on myself.
I know. And you can imagine me, honestly, at night I moisturise with them, and I particularly like the Planet now.
Yeah, so let's talk about the different ones. So we've got the sprays, and what I love actually is you do a set of the little sprays. So you've got the original one here, which is Acqua del Fresco, al fresco water.
Exactly.
Then you've got Planet in this sort of orangey packaging, and then there's this one which is also absolutely beautiful called Power. And you have.
So we're doing. And they are matching lotions.
Matching lotions,
which are,
lovely. Got my matching lotions, and I this one I love. So you know what I like about this is it's a really good moisturiser. So if you want an after sun moisturiser or just a general, you know, body moisturiser, you can use this. You know, just in the morning after your shower, whatever, and your skin smells great. And it's not full of toxic chemicals. And yet you're also deterring the mosquitoes. I mean, how clever is that, really? It's genius.
I can smell it from here. I can smell it all the way over from Kenya.
I love it. I love it.
We're doing a special little try me set.
Oh, nice.
Which is...
Okay, so for our friends on Facebook and YouTube that can't see, we've got the 3 moisturising lotions here, the 1, 2, 3, and there is a little mini travel size of each, so that you can try them. Brilliant for packing to take away with you.
On the website they're called Try Me Sets.
Try Me Sets, and the little mini ones here, which, you know, I have to say, being here in Kenya, you know, particularly down on the coast, there is a real issue with mosquitoes, and I don't know whether they're supercharged because of all the sunshine, but they are really quite virulent, and they love me. You know, they can smell me coming, I think, and just to have one of these in my bag always. And do you know what I forget? I always get bitten at airports. Maybe it's the planes coming in that I don't know, but that's where I kind of tend to forget. I tend to think, ooh, but to pop this in your bag, if you are fortunate enough to be travelling off somewhere for the Easter holidays, pop a little one of these in your bag. Now, you may not need it in the UK, but the minute you land, you know, when those cabin doors open, that's when the bugs are going to go, ooh, lovely, fresh blood.
You are absolutely right. You're saying exactly what I've been saying for years. Please put one in your bag for the minute you go outside, because the mosquitoes seem to know we've arrived.
They do, and it can be so debilitating, and just take all the enjoyment out of your holiday if you're somebody who does react badly. And obviously that's linked to histamine intolerance, and you know, we've got articles on the Earle Wellbeing website about histamine, so you can sort of minimise your risk to that. But they also seem to like certain blood types. I don't know whether you've done any research on that. I mean, I've heard anecdotally that various blood types. What's your view on that?
It's a mix, because it looks as if, we have done research, it looks as if it's creative types. And don't ask me why. Yeah, maybe it's excitable blood.
Maybe we've got extra, I don't know, bits of juice running around our blood vessels that, cause creativity.
And that's why so many celebrities buy from us, I think. They're very creative. I think the first person that ever bought from us, I got really lucky, that we were researching it when Robert Redford was filming all those years ago, The Horse Whisperer, with... amazingly, I've forgotten her name. Of course, I've forgotten her name. Who remembers names these days?
Well, Robert Redford is a big enough name on his own, frankly. So he was. Whereabouts was he filming The Horse Whisperer?
Montana, and he got in touch with the School of Medicine and said, "What would you recommend?" I know our researcher was the front page of one of the big magazines. So Robert Redford then phoned him, or did whatever, and said, "What would you recommend?" And our researcher at the School of Medicine suggested al fresco. And I have a check somewhere from Robert Redford. And my mum at that time was manning the phones. And she came and she said, "I definitely didn't dream this, because I've written it down." So that in the middle of the night, one of Robert Redford's assistants phoned and said that for the production they'd like to have al fresco. And then it became celebrity. And now we still are. It's a lot of Hollywood people.
Amazing.
The usual crowd.
Yeah.
So that's sort of what the creative blood may be. Talking of which, I'm just going to explain this a little bit.
Yeah. So you've got behind you. It's a framed shirt behind you. I didn't like to ask, but I did wonder why you've got a shirt in a frame behind you on the wall. What's all that about?
It's just my personality, really. And I'm ashamed to say I love rock stars.
Who doesn't love a rock star? Come on. Definitely.
So that is an Elton John shirt made by Versace for him. And I was just driving past a charity shop years ago, and it was for AIDS. It was at a time when he was selling all his clothes.
Yeah.
So the tie and I don't know, that's my kind of fun background, I guess. That's why I wanted to show it. But
I love it.
What's more important to me, I'm afraid I have to mention this. There's a little note that comes from a very good friend of mine called Ray Davis. Only my age group might remember him. He's the Kinks.
The Kinks, absolutely. What were their hits? The Kinks. Is it
On the Afternoon?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Or Waterloo Sunset.
Waterloo Sunset, absolutely. Yeah, great one on the dance floor. That was all kind of, was that Studio 64 and all that kind of crowd?
No, I used to when I was in the fashion business. No, he was out. Yeah, it would have been the 60s, a bit before then. Yeah. But in the fashion business, who was my ex-husband partner in the fashion business.
Really?
Used to go to Studio 54. Yeah, we were a cool couple.
Well, you still are super cool, and you're doing super cool things. You'll have to get in touch with Elton John, because he's got a beautiful garden, which I'll name drop now massively. I have actually been to. I went to one of his parties years and years ago. I was taken there when I was doing a bit more in the TV world. And he used to have these beautiful sort of fundraising evening garden parties. But, I bet they get bitten by mosquitoes down there. I think it's just outside Windsor. So...
Yes, that's right. We used to sell a lot to George Michael. He was a neighbour of mine in Highgate.
Gosh.
Yeah, for his villas in the south of France.
Yeah. So we've got some questions now coming in on Instagram.
Okay.
People are asking, which is more effective, the spray, the perfume sprays, or the body lotion? Or are they equal?
They're equal. I really hate to say it, but really they should be backed up together.
Okay.
So as you say, you take this out with you,
Yeah.
or even you take the bigger one out with you.
Yeah.
And you just use these. And there's all these extra little sizes. There's the 100 ml. There's
the which is this.
50 ml.
Yeah. So I've got
the
larger one. So you've got 100 ml as well. Gosh. So when I'm away with my family in Italy, this is the one that absolutely sits in my bathroom. These two, actually, to be honest. And then this one is in my bag.
I have to say, my wonderful, when you talk about teamwork, my wonderful young PA just put a big note up for my attention. Do you know, because of Brexit, and abroad, we can't send alcohol.
You can't post it.
Can't send perfume.
No, I know that. But you can sell the lotions, can't you? You can do the lotions.
Yeah.
For those wanting to ship abroad.
So there's all the various lotions.
So let's talk about the different varieties then. So this one we started with, which is, you know, to my mind, I love it, I guess because it's the first one that I ever used. So it's the real sort of classic. It's an eau de cologne with a twist. I think it would just suit everybody. It's unisex. I just love it. I spray it through my hair when I go out in the evening. I mean, I really, absolutely.
Do you know you can use a moisturiser on your hair as well.
What good idea.
Just put a tiny bit of the moisturiser.
Oh, do you know, I'm going to do that now because I've just seen my hair. I just got out of the shower not that long ago. My hair is looking a wee bit
just a tiny
frizzy.
Exactly. Yeah.
My ends get quite dry,
amazing.
Particularly in the sun, so I'm going to rub some of that through.
It's wonderful.
Oh, my hair smells great. I love that. Really, really nice. So which was the second one that you developed after the original one, the Acqua di Fresco?
The second one I developed because it's vanilla and chamomile.
Ooh.
So it was for the baby and mum.
Nice.
And parents, whatever.
Yeah,
Everybody
for kids.
Great
idea.
So that was the Planet.
That's
so
Planet.
very, very calming.
Okay. So calming with the vanilla, with the chamomile. Lovely. Oh yeah, I could imagine that actually, last thing at night. Because again, you know, when it's hot, you might kick off the covers. And if you're sleeping with the windows open, how many times have we woken up to find, you know, an arm that's been exposed covered in mosquito bites?
Oh, don't. I think I must, over the years, have had every single question asked about mosquitoes. If it's a complete conversation starter at a party, people ask me what I do. If I say an insect repellent developer, they walk away.
No, oh my goodness, I'd have you pinned down in a chair, you know, asking you all sorts of questions. And of course, to be honest, you know, particularly here in Kenya and in many countries, you've got to be careful with all the diseases that mosquitoes can carry. You know, the most dangerous creature in Africa is the mosquito. It's the biggest killer. So, you know, you need to be sure.
Yeah, and dengue.
And dengue fever,
right.
yeah.
I mean, I do love.
Yeah.
It's a serious product. Actually, that's what I really like. And I think maybe that's my personality as well. But on the face and on the surface, I say, oh, lovely, love. But actually, underneath, I'm a very serious person.
Well, it's great, you know, you must be very, very proud to have a brand that's so beautiful, that's based on nature, that actually is so practical. It's rare, I think, to get the two combined. Oh, that is nice. That's the Planet.
Is that the Planet?
Yeah, I could definitely imagine going to bed with that on my arms and legs. Definitely, yeah. And it's so pretty. You talk about the packaging. Look at that. That's real flower power packaging, isn't it? And then, so the third one then is Power. Talk to me about Power.
Power started off as a cologne for men when I started to develop it.
Okay.
And then we realised if we market it for men,
oh yes.
The minute you say it's for men, women won't buy it.
This is a really sexy smell, I have to tell you.
I
love that.
Sexy.
I just need a nice man to be able to spritz it on now, but definitely.
You are so good. You're so good with perfume. Honestly, I'm not just saying it. You really are. Because the underlying one is rosewood.
Yeah.
And that's the top note is rosewood. And then we've got the sexy, Where does it say? Hang on, which is the sexy one?
Well, this is what I think is quite sexy. Power. You've got oak moss here, which again gives that real depth. You find it in very fine aftershaves, and there's obviously quite a lot of kind of green ingredients in there as well. No, it is. It reminds me of I don't know, what's it reminding me of? Maybe like the Chanel Gentleman or the Givenchy. You know, those kind of real classic colognes.
Absolutely.
Gosh, how nice. So you've got a real kind of his and hers. But although I would use this still, you know, that it's quite citrusy.
Certainly. Definitely. That one is also, when you said it was sort of aphrodisiac, is...
I didn't say it was an aphrodisiac. That might be just wishful thinking.
No, can't be bothered anymore. Not true. As my embarrassed PA Henry would say, he gets embarrassed, but I'm definitely still into aphrodisiacs.
Oh, definitely. Never too late. You need to listen to my podcast that goes live next week with Anthea Turner, who's my great friend, who's heading for 61, and she's just about to get married for the third time. And we have a good old chat about dating in later life. Yeah, it's really good. It's quite fun. It's quite a fun one.
Amazing. God, yeah. She's brave.
Yeah, I guess so. Third time lucky, maybe.
Absolutely. And never say never.
Never say never. Very important thing. But seriously, although these smell so good, they are, you know, all of them. This one as well, the kind of the more masculinely power. It's still going to keep the mosquitoes away.
Yeah. In fact, I think when I have flies in the room, not very often, but I actually use this as a spray.
What a great idea.
And they fly to the window.
They fly away.
It's quite amazing to watch.
Amazing. Oh my goodness.
For some reason it's the power.
And it's the power one that they don't like. Oh my goodness, but it smells so good.
Well, they don't like any of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's particularly the power one I always grab.
Nice. Oh. Excellent. I can see you've got your team online.
Just now, by the way.
About what? Sorry.
One of the questions was about dates, sell-by dates.
Oh yeah.
Just now. And it's the perfumes last for absolutely ages and ages and ages. They're 2024, and the moisturisers, the latest moisturisers, are also 2024.
Gosh, so nice long time.
There are these special new tubes which I developed in Holland, in the Netherlands. And then they're a new tube.
Oh, interesting. Very interesting. Question here, does this work with horseflies? Victoria is saying, my hubby always gets massive bites from them in the summer. Horseflies are a devil.
Absolutely.
Will that help?
Yeah, well, people have tried them for so many years on so many different bugs and insects.
Yeah.
We always say, just be careful.
Sure.
We don't guarantee, we'll more or less guarantee mosquitoes.
Yeah.
But all sorts of insects don't like the fragrance, but we do. It's remarkable. I'm still amazed at these products.
It's just so wonderful. And you're based where?
We're based in North London.
North London, great. And it sounds like a real kind of family affair.
It is. Absolutely is. It always has been, actually. Probably that's one of my problems. But I just did a leadership course, actually. Well, I did a leadership course with the government. And my one comes out as a mixture between sales and, what's the other one? Supportive. I'm a very supportive leader. Great. And that was really interesting. So the Department of Trade is coaching me even at my age.
Oh, don't say even at your age. I think, the thing about older women is that we have so much wisdom and experience. And, you know, here, I mean, at Earle Wellbeing, most of my team is quite young. Got a lot of fantastic young creatives, writers, photographers, researchers, stylists, you know. And I love it. I love the fresh energy that they bring in and the creative. And, you know, they got me doing, you know, new things like podcasting, and they got me onto Instagram in the early days and all of that, you know, which was fantastic. And now, you know, they're doing TikTok and getting me to do reels on my Instagram and all these things that I definitely wouldn't be doing if I didn't have a young team. But I think it's also really nice to have that balance. I've got some older, you know, more senior members of my team who just have that wisdom. You know, we've been there, we've done it before, and we're able to say, actually, you know, in my experience, this is a really good approach, or, you know, don't panic if something goes wrong because I know a way that we can fix it. So I think you need both, actually. You need the young and the old.
It is, yeah, absolutely how I feel. And yeah, I was, before fashion, my real career is primary school teacher.
Really?
And
My
a
goodness.
child psychologist. It was the last one. I'm not doing anything else. But so my training is children.
Yeah.
And that's really what my love is.
Yeah.
So, whilst 22-year-olds aren't children.
No, but they still have a lot to learn. As I remind my 21-year-old and 19-year-old who think they know absolutely everything about everything. You know, and you have to sort of gently remind them.
I really enjoy their ideas. Youngsters' ideas.
Yeah, definitely.
I really, really do.
Yeah. No, for sure.
Good, as you say. Yeah.
It's good, very, very good to have the balance. Tell me about some of the ingredients, because we're using here, I can see particularly in this one, which is lovely, the Planet Power. Love the packaging. That's got English chamomile and English lavender, which is so nice. And then you've got Indonesian patchouli. And in fact, funny enough, we were talking about patchouli just the day before yesterday when we were talking about anti-moth, and saying that in India, when they're making all the fabrics, in order to stop the moth from munching their way through all the precious wools and fine silks and things that they were making over there, they used to protect the fabrics with patchouli leaves, I think it was. So, you know, patchouli is something that's been used for a long time, hasn't it, as a natural insect repellent?
Absolutely. And it's if you smell it, it's mostly the lavender and the chamomile that come through. But the patchouli, definitely. Yeah, you're
oh, it's so good. It's
very well
calming.
moisturised.
Well moisturised, never knowingly under moisturised. That's my slogan. That's the best way to keep your skin plump. My skin is so dry naturally; it just soaks up everything.
Yeah, mine. Yeah, from Kenya. From Kenya, it would be, I suppose.
Well, everywhere. I mean, even in the UK, and particularly coming out of the winter, because a lot of us have, you know, been inside, and, you know, the heating's been on, and, you know, you've got the cold winds outside, and definitely, you know, slather on a bit more moisturiser is the way to go, for sure. So what's next for you then?
Well, we've got so much to do. There's the idea of shampoo and a shower, because the more prepped you are, then the more you can layer.
I'm a great fan of layering.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I will be first. I'm very happy. Can I just say, I'd be very happy to be a tester. So if you need any, I know I have a little bit of experience with formulating beauty products.
You do.
And I will give you an honest appraisal. I'm very happy this summer to be part of your testing panel.
My team would be very, very happy for me to do it, because I'm very slow on the uptake. I'm very, very, very careful. Yeah. And if I cannot do something, I won't until I'm absolutely sure.
Well, totally. Slow and steady wins the race. Absolutely. You know, my motto is always that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the shower and the alfresco home are actually all ready to go. So there's a spray. I don't want to do a candle because I think they're dangerous, but I'm being forced
But a spray, an alfresco spray, or like a diffuser. You know, would you do one of those reed diffusers maybe?
Absolutely.
You've got lots of volunteers for testing, by the way, just to let you know.
Yeah, they're called, the perfume I've used is called Orient. It's unbelievable. You walk into the flat or apartment, or whatever you want to call it, and this absolutely wonderful, wonderful perfume hits you.
How amazing is that?
Yeah, so
and no flies. Whoa.
Yeah, and even in the winter, it's a beautiful fragrance. Yeah. And the packaging also is great. But I don't want to talk about bad things with British manufacturing, but British manufacturers are most luxury, but they're also slow.
Yeah.
They are so slow. With your brand before, you would have.
I know it is tricky, and to get things right, and all the sort of stock holding, and the pandemic hasn't helped anything. It's yeah. But I'm very pleased to say. Yeah, you want to manufacture in Britain? Yeah, absolutely. And I'm very pleased to say that. Say again.
I'm proud to be manufacturing Britain, but
good.
I wish they'd hurry up. I wish they could do a speedier manufacturing.
Yeah.
Because we have big orders, and we can't.
That's frustrating.
So thank you. This is the beginning. That's the beginning of a. So you can see the.
That looks very nice. I'm very sorry that you can't see it if you're watching on Facebook and YouTube, but it's a beautiful sort of dark midnight blue with little silver stars on it. Gorgeous. So it's all ready to go.
I like the logo. The logo is a little tree house.
Oh, a little tree house. But I love all your things. I mean, this is really cute. I mean, here, how did you come up with this? I guess can you see the logo on here? Is it a little naked people having a picnic? Is it, it's an al fresco picnic.
It's good, it reminded me of how things happen, because the guy that designed that was the creative director who lived near me all those 20 odd years ago, on the James Bond posters. So it's amazing.
It's really cute. And then you've got it on Planet Power. Look at that. Look at those little people.
All of them. But I have to tell you that
al fresco. So cute.
For some countries, we've had to change the naked ladies. So
you had to cover them up. Oh my goodness, yes. It could be seen as a wee bit rude, couldn't it? And I like your slogans, beauty without bites. Beauty without bites.
Yeah.
It's so good. I have to say, you do deserve much wider exposure. You deserve to be all over everywhere. Do you sell in shops as well as online, or are you purely mail order?
Mostly online now.
Yeah.
And distributors, we have a distributor in Hong Kong.
Oh, really?
We're trying to get off the ground with a distributor in Dubai.
You have to talk to my daughter Lily, my eldest Lily. I don't know if you follow her on Instagram, but she's been doing amazing things in Dubai this week. So she's taken her cell return mask, her LED mask. I have to say, just a small shout out to Lily here as a proud mother. She is not only, forging away as a young entrepreneur in beauty tech, but she's had the most crippling migraines this week. And she's just worked, she's just powered right through it, because, she booked and paid for this big press launch. She had all the beauty press in Dubai there, and it looked absolutely amazing. The pictures on her stories on her Instagram, really takes me back to the day when I was doing something similar.
I have to look at her Instagram. That's Lily. I look at Lily.
So she's Amaryllis, which is her full name, Amaryllis.Earle, just like the...
Amaryllis, that's right, I remember
just
you
like the,
saying.
Just like the plant.
We've had to change the logo.
Oh, so what does that? I can't actually see it. Have you got people wearing clothes having a picnic?
They wouldn't even allow that.
They wouldn't allow that. You're not allowed to have a picnic. Flipping heck. I'm glad I live where I live.
How can I show this?
Yeah.
Okay, so
just get it in.
It's just a little. It's a boat.
Oh, it's a little
bobbing about.
Boat. Okay, so we're
with an anchor.
we're allowed to get on a boat.
Sure, anyway, this is for for UAE, especially for UAE.
UAE.
And it's sort of glammed up. It's glammed up a bit. It's gold, very gold.
It's got a bit of gold, like
It's
a
the
bit of
same-
bling, definitely. Yeah, yeah. Looking a little bit
And there's
ritzy.
a beautiful audience out there.
Oh.
It's really perfect.
Oh, I love my
So I hope,
audience.
let's hope.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah,
Absolutely.
definitely. Well, you're getting lots and lots of nice comments. Very, very nice
Oh, I'm
comments.
so happy.
Oh, so
Oh,
let's
that's
let's just
wonderful.
remind everybody, anybody who was late to the party. So the brand is called Alfresco. What's your website address?
It's alfrescoshop.com.
Alfrescoshop.com. Go and take a look. It's absolutely brilliant. I love everything that you've put on it, and I love all the information that you've put in there. And we especially love our 20% Liz Loves discount. So thank you.
Absolutely.
And can we
thank you.
can we keep that
It's
going
a
for a wee while? I mean, you have to probably talk to your commercial people.
It's going, Henry, how long is it going for? Sorry?
No ending.
Oh, at the moment there's no ending.
At the moment, there's no ending. Excellent. I'm just thinking about the new things coming on. You know, just please come back and tell us how you get
I
on.
will. I look forward to
And
it.
so, who is Henry off camera? I can't see him.
Oh, come and say hello. My PA.
Oh,
Life changing.
hi Henry. Very nice to see you. Welcome to my live.
See you soon.
Thank you for all your organising behind the scenes. We really, really appreciate
That's all
it.
right.
It's a lovely brand, lovely company, lovely family. So happy to talk about it and promote it, really.
It's a great company to work for as well, so it's great.
And she's not sticking a pin in you to make you say that, no?
No.
Oh, very nice to see you. Thank you. Sarah Lou,
Are you looking forward to coming back to?
I am looking forward to coming back.
UK?
I've still got a couple more projects to finish off here, and I'm going to be kind of out of signal for a bit, so I'm going to be off comms for my lives because it's just
Good.
a bit too risky.
Good.
But yeah, so kind of a tiny bit of a break, but not really. And then back in time for Easter. And really looking forward to the change of the seasons because you don't really get that when you're on the equator. It's the same. It's either rainy or not rainy, but
Interesting.
it's the sun comes up at 6, it goes down at 6. That's kind of it. And I keep seeing all these lovely photographs on friends' Instagrams of spring flowers and blossom and daffodils and spring lambs and chicks, and that's really making me excited about coming home.
Yeah, it's looking very beautiful.
And do you
Yeah,
still
I'll tell
go
you
to?
quickly that
Mhm, go on.
Chelsea Physic Garden.
Yeah, I was going to ask you whether
absolutely.
you still go there.
Yeah, and they have a wonderful restaurant. The last time they had a wonderful restaurant. We were going to have a 25th anniversary party there, with marquee and everything, but it didn't happen. So
Well,
I'll
maybe
keep
we can
you
all go and have a
posted
picnic,
if we do.
as long as we can keep our clothes on and don't have to emulate your logo. Otherwise, it might turn into something else, especially if we've all sprayed ourselves with power. Oh dear. Well, on that note, I think we should close.
Here's to power.
Here's to power. Here's to plant power all the time. Sarah Lou, it's an absolute joy. Thank you for being with us.
Yeah,
We've had
Thank you
such
so
a
much.
lovely chat. Thank you. Now you have to
Yeah,
click
it's
off
fun.
and leave me, because if I click you off, I click everybody off, and that doesn't ever go
Sure.
down very well. But lovely to
Thanks,
chat.
Liz.
Thanks so much.
Lovely. God bless.
Bye
God
bye.
bless.
And to you. Bye bye. Oh, so lovely. I love all these lives. Isn't it so great? You never quite know where they're going to go or what you're going to learn. But seriously, this, I think I probably did discover the original about 20 odd years ago. I have got lots and lots of it in my drawers. I take it away with me. It reminds me of happy times on holidays. I don't get bitten. I absolutely love it. So very, very happy that we could collaborate here, that we could bring Sarah Lou and Henry on the screen and share a brilliant discount and give a little bit of a shout out to a fab female founder-led brand, a brand that was started later in life by a fab female founder. Isn't that inspirational? So I have packed mine up in my Total Wardrobe Care bag. This is going to be coming with me on my travels. A couple of other things that are going to be coming with me. Let me just move these out of the way. This one has got all my makeup in. Not actually too much, but this isn't just some of the stuff that's coming with me. But I am loving, where have I got here? Anybody tried this? It's the Studio 10 Perfect Bronze, the Glow Plexion. You know, I did the live with Grace. Love it. So I am looking a bit tanned, I know, but I have to say, a lot of it is due to this. I used this morning. I mixed it in with my moisturiser. That's all I've got on. So that's it, if you see it on its own. But with a little bit of moisturiser, which is what I did this morning, just like that here. Never knowingly under moisturised, as I said. There you go. Just got my glow on. So, and we have 20% off everything at Studio 10 as well, by the way. Use Liz Loves to get that. So that is being packed up. And then I've got my packing cubes here. So that's one of my other sizes. This one's empty. So this one, you see how they all just sort of slot together. So yeah, so I can pop that one in there. And then I've still got room on the side for like all my hair stuff. And then move that out of the way. Oh, no, that's going to fall over. Pop that down there. And then this one's a bit heavy. These are all my supplements I'm trying at the moment. So yeah, those are some of my faves. You can probably see those. How do you buy the travel bags? So the travel bags are from Total Wardrobe Care. My Instagram live, it will still be up if you want to rewatch it. Otherwise, just head to their website, totalwardrobecare.com, I think, are they? And you get 10% with Liz Loves. On their travel bags, and their moth decoys. Seriously, guys, the moth decoys are just the best thing. Natural for keeping moths at bay. And it works on a pheromone that confuses the male moth so he can't mate with the female moth. So that's what happens. It's a really, really interesting form of bio-pest control. Doesn't harm the moth, but it stops them from breeding and making the larvae that chew the fabrics that make the holes. So you can use them in your sitting room to protect sofas and wool carpets and all of that. Yeah, so exactly, they're from at Total Wardrobe Care. Just to remind you, there's a great competition for 3 winners, not 1 but 3, to win some kombucha. So you may remember that I did a lovely collaboration with another fab family-run British brand based in the heart of the English countryside, Mighty Brew. I love the guys at Mighty Brew, Julia and Peter. They're just so fab. Doing small batches of authentic kombucha, double brewed, double fermented kombucha. So this is the Liz Earle one. Look at that. So this one I love. This is elderflower sec. And in fact, while I was here in Kenya, there is a lot more about gut health happening here. And I discovered a Kenya kombucha brand. It's called Booch. Isn't that fun? And look, it's elderflower. So I've been trying that because obviously it's a bit hard to chip out all of that. It's a bit heavy and a bit too fizzy. It would probably explode if I brought a load of that over. But this is also very good. And yeah, Booch kombucha with fresh fruits and botanicals. It says kombucha is an ancient beverage known to aid digestion and boost immunity. Well, I don't know that we'd be able to make that claim, perhaps in the UK, but it is certainly very, very good. Really, very nice. A little bit sweet, actually. But, yeah, very good. But it was quite pricey. I was quite surprised. So, you know, that's a smallish bottle compared to this one. But these are lovely. Anyway, I digress. So if you want to win some of the elderflower sec, which is like a fine champagne, elderflowery champagne, and also the rose blush kombucha, which is like pink champagne, but obviously non-alcoholic and good for your gut, then you just need to go to the website and enter. So that's a really fun thing to do. Oh, Grace is saying, I can't throw those bottles away. I have candles in them for dinner parties. Great. They are pretty, aren't they? And again, you know, I like the detail. They've done this sort of foil, greeny foil on here, and our lovely botanicals. You've got the elderflower, and they use real botanicals. You know, they're not just using synthetic extracts or drops. I've been there. I've seen the big vats where they brew them with these enormous scobies. I mean, they're literally, you know, wider than my arms. It's the real thing. So lots of lovely botanicals. Okay, so Total Wardrobe Care, I'm just being reminded, the website address, for those of you who would like it, if you missed it the other day, it's totalwardrobecare.co.uk. Yeah, totalwardrobecare.co.uk. Talking about botanicals, I am wearing some of my botanicals, and I'm wearing them not only because I love them, but also to remind me to say that there is 20% off the entire range of the botanicals on Liz Earle Jewellery. You do need a code, and the code is SPRING20. Okay, SPRING20. This is my Neroli. This is my kind of signature one. I think, all kind of jewellery designers have maybe one signature piece that is, their kind of most successful, maybe most popular, most loved. And for me, it's this one. It's my little Neroli flower. I love it because it was the first piece that I designed. It's fair trade gold, 24 karat vermeil. This is the rose gold one, but there's also yellow gold. And it is botanically accurate. So actually what I'm going to do, I'm going to take it off and show you. Just because it's nice to give a little shout out to my jewellery team. Can I take it off? Hopefully I can. I always wear it on the longest setting, but it is adjustable, so you've got 3 different lengths. Where are we? Here we are. Can I get it off? Maybe I can't. Maybe I need a mirror. Where is the little clasp? Come on, because I want to be able to show you. There we go. There it is. Because it's all in the detail, isn't it? Like all these things, it's all in the detail. Devon Creator saying, where is my blouse from? It's from Me and M, another great British brand, female founder-led brand. Me and M. I buy quite a lot of things from them, actually. Here we go. So, let me just show you. In fact, funnily enough, I remember we had one that went out to a lady, and she sent it back because she said it was bent. I said, oh, I don't think so, but send it back and we'll take a look at it, obviously. And actually it's not bent, but it's designed to be flat at the back, do you see? So it will sit straight. What I don't like is when you have things that are rounded, because then they twist, and you don't really want it to be that way. You want it to be, so it's designed, deliberately designed, okay, to be flatter on one side. And look, you've got a little stamen in there. Just love it. So this is a Neroli flower. So Neroli is is orange blossom. One of my favourite essential oils. I know I've worked with it for a long time. And then it's got a little dangle at the back, which is the little orange flower leaf, which is the dangle. And then you've got your different rings, different sizes, so you can wear it at different lengths. You can wear it kind of high up if you like high neck things, or wear it much further down here. And it does have, I don't know whether you can see on here, but this is the little kind of designery bit that actually says Liz Earle stamped on it, and it has my hallmark. So I do actually have a hallmark from the London Assay Office, which is on the back of the leaf, which I think you need a magnifying glass to see that. But anyway, just to let you know that that's there, and they come in these beautiful boxes. And in fact, these are my boxes here talking about fair trade, really important. Those are my little mangrove hearts there, which I'm normally wearing. Haven't got any earrings in today, actually. And then in here, this is my little travel box with many of my others. So I've got, what have I got here? I've got my little ivies. I've got, there's silver mangrove. These are actually rhodium plated, if you're somebody that likes wearing silver. And that's a heart-shaped mangrove leaf from the coast of Kenya. And then there's roses as well. Where are my little roses? Oh, these are quite fun. So these are multitasking earrings. So basically, look, you can wear them as little rose studs. So these are just your little studs that you can wear every day. Really pretty little wild roses. Do you see? They just sit in the ear. Just lovely little bit of detail. And then if you want to add to them, you can add a drop. So you can get a rose leaf that drops like that. So that gives you a little bit of a dangle, which is really pretty. Just catches the light. And then if you want to glam it up in the evening, you could either add this as well or instead of. There is a little crystal in this really pretty lavendery colour, which just catches the light, that you can either wear on its own, or again you can layer it and you can have your little dangle leaf behind it as well. So there you go. You get three in one. Isn't that great? Anyway, I digress, but I just wanted to show those to you because I don't often talk about my jewellery range, and my team do a lovely, lovely job. And as I say, it is 20% off the entire collection if you want to go and take a look. And that's lizaldjewellery.com. So see if I can get this back on me now. It's always hard, isn't it, when you haven't got a mirror in front of you. Let me see if I can pop that on here. Is that going to work? Hopefully it is. Oh, my phone on Facebook is saying low battery. That's probably a sign, isn't it? Right, well, I'm going to have to love you and leave you. Let me just check my notes and make sure I haven't forgotten anything else, because we're not going to be chatting for the next couple of weeks. So I return live on Tuesday the 12th of April. As I say, I will be on my Instagram a bit. Probably not every day, but a bit, and I am recording podcasts. So yeah, I've got my got my rings as well. These are my Eucalyptus rings, which I stack. So this is a rose gold and a yellow gold. That's just stacked together, which I like. They're all 24 carat for May because that's the fair trade gold standard. Fair trade gold is really rare. It's really hard to get. But the best one is the 24 carat, so that's the one that I use. So 2-week break, returning on the 12th of April. Got a couple of really good podcasts. There was an excellent one, Dr. Shana, that went live yesterday, if you're watching this in real time, talking all about plastics in the environment and phthalates and fertility and endocrine disruption. Have you listened to that yet? It's really good. It's a bit terrifying, I have to say. But it's a really good one. And then there's also an excellent one coming up for Friday, so for tomorrow, with Lorraine Candy. We had a really good old chat, so that will be one to listen to hopefully tomorrow or over the weekend. What else can I tell you? Last chance, actually. We've got Lavender Hill Clothing. Lovely botanical name, Lavender Hill. If you're looking at getting some really good quality bamboo and organic cotton t-shirts and socks and pants and lovely basics for the summer, then Isabel, is a great fab female founder based in southwest London. And we have Liz Loves for 10% off everything on her website, but that runs out on the 31st of March, so that is coming to an end quite soon. Don't forget to enter the competition. You'll find that over at lizaldwellbeing.com, and that is to win your kombucha, which I'm going to carry on enjoying now. I'm going to nip off. I've got to finish recording my podcast, top and tail that for tomorrow. Also get ready to send out the newsletter. There's Liz Earle Wellbeing newsletter that goes out every Friday. If you're newly signed up for that and haven't yet received it, do check your spam email folder. What a cheek. I know, sometimes it ends up in spam. So do check that. If you still haven't got it, then do ping my team an email, because sometimes it doesn't pull through on the website. So you can always email them, hq@lizaldwellbeing.com, if you haven't got your newsletter. Thank you very much. Yeah, Nikki, wasn't it quite shocking about the pesticides, talking about that on my podcast? Yeah, really, really good. Thank you so much. Yeah, I look forward to being back with you very, very soon. I'll try and keep everybody up to date as much as I can on Instagram. Lots of good things happening. I can't really say too much, but there's a new project that I'm planning with my son, my eldest son, and his girlfriend Alice, who live out here, and we're going to go off and we're going to start plotting and planning something really special. So I look forward to sharing news of that. And then the next time that we chat live here, well, I won't be here. I'll be back in the UK, God willing. So so change of scene, back to normality. Anyway, have a great couple of weeks. So until the next time we chat, go well. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for the hearts, sending them back. Bye-bye.